Don't go into something because everybody is doing it.
I like the advice.
Look inside you. What is it that you are passionate about? Because when the challenges come into the business, what will drive you is the passion you have, the interest you have. I think it is also good for you to develop what I call your hobby into an income earning venture. So if you ask me, I will say yes.
Okay.
The high volume, small profit, you take your money. So even if it is once a day I am getting, it's better than having to go around, sell on credit. You go around to take your money, some will pay, some will not pay. So the reduction in price, giving of free samples at the initial stages built the trust in my products.
Okay.
I come from the Upper East regions. That is where I get my groundnut from. Good, pure quality. That is how, in my small way, I put in the quality control. That is it. The desire to get good quality products to my clients and for my personal use is what motivated me to go into the groundnut paste.
What informed the decision to start a business?
Well, basically, one stream of income will not be sufficient for a family person. So I think the desire or the need to get another stream of income plus some other factors motivated me to start what I call Liny Enterprise.
Yes. What do you do at Liny Enterprise?
In enterprise, we, produce ingredients, pure, organic, local ingredients like groundnut paste. There is rere, or what we call down in the north, neri.
Okay.
I've added agushie, shea butter, and dawa. And all these are pure, not adulterated.
What influenced what you started? Selling groundnut paste rere in its natural form. How did that come to mind?
Yes, beyond the profit, it's a challenge I started with groundnut paste actually, and it is something I like. Anything groundnut I like.
Okay.
But down here in Accra, it was difficult to get groundnut paste, which is, very pure in a sense.
Okay, unadulterated groundnut paste. It's
Something
hard
like
to come
that.
by
It's hard
in
to
Accra.
come by.
Okay.
And so you buy and you cook the soup. It's either black, it's thick, standing, you see it black or what have you. So I said, okay, since I want to go into business, why don't I go into something that I myself I like? I'll get it pure. And then people who are like me, who are also challenged in getting the good quality groundnut paste, they will also get it through me. And then, others have come in. So as you sell, people will say, why don't you add this? And each ingredient or item I added is what I will personally also like to use. So that is it. The desire to get good quality products to my clients and for my personal use is what motivated me to go into the groundnut paste.
That sounds beautiful. And in most instances, I think that's how most people start their businesses. When they find it hard to get something good, then they are the ones who produce the something good. And exactly. I think, how did you first start? How do you source your groundnut paste to ensure that it is unadulterated, to ensure that it is the best you are giving out to your clients?
Yes, I personally, initially when I started, I used to procure my raw groundnut from Accra. But then as times went by, I realized that one, the cost. It was expensive. Two, sometimes you buy the groundnut and then you go open for the roasting and you realize that it is not of good quality.
Oh, okay.
So I come from the Upper East region. So on one of my travels to Bolga, I decided, in fact, that was what motivated me to find someone who is into the selling of raw groundnut. So I negotiated a deal with her, and now that is where I get my groundnut from.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but she's a trustworthy person. So
okay.
No need for me to move physically. I send the money, she buys,
And she sends over.
Yes, she sends it over, or sometimes she'll send it over. I'll send the money later on.
For you to process.
Yes, I do the processing here. I have, because of my work, of
Yes.
course, you know.
Yes.
I have somebody who does the roasting for me. So when the groundnut comes, I'll first inspect it. So if there are any unwanted materials, I'll get people to do the picking. If it is okay, then I get the person to roast it for me. However, after, I don't stand there when they roast, but when they finish roasting, I go to inspect again. And I actually stand there for us to do the milling.
Yeah.
Just to ensure that nothing is added to it in my absence. To also ensure that the raw ingredients are of the type I want, good, pure quality. So that is how, in my small way, I put in the quality control.
That which is great. And I must confess that there is a bread seller in my neighborhood. She brings it on Saturday dawn. And my children and myself, we look forward to the bread. As soon as we get it, we don't brush our teeth. We get the bread, make sure we put a lot of the groundnut paste because it really tastes good.
Thank you.
It really it's not like the ones that you buy and keep it and become so thick. No.
Thank you.
It's very good, and I will recommend anybody watching to go get it as well.
Thank you for the compliment.
Yes. So, the challenges, since you started first in Accra, getting your groundnut from Accra. And what were the challenges here that pushed you to go get it elsewhere?
As I said earlier, the challenge here was the cost. 2, quality. It is possible to get good quality groundnut here, but it is very expensive. And if you buy the quality one, are those that they sell, let me say, in Olonka. That one, they have done the picking already. So if you want it good quality,
when you say they have done the picking,
it means that when the groundnut comes, some of them, I don't know how it is, but you find unwanted material like stones, groundnut nuts in their pots.
I get that.
You get some which are rotten. So if you buy in the sack, most of the times it contains a whole lot of unwanted materials, stones, rotten groundnut, unless the one they sell in the Olonka, which is very expensive. But in the Upper East region, it is picked all right, but you know it's close to the source of production, so the cost is a bit low. And again, their Olonka is a bit bigger. So you get more of the raw granules when you compare it to this place. So that is challenge with products. Getting my raw material. So it's better you get it from the Upper East. The other challenge is when I started, you see, people don't trust groundnut paste made in Accra. Generally.
Yes.
So it was difficult to get people. So sometimes what I do is I will reduce the price and say, you go try it. And if you like it, pay at this cost. Secondly, I mostly do credit, which is not too helpful. But that is what I do. I sell on cash, but sometimes what I do is I will reduce the price and say, you go try it. And if you like it, pay at this cost. Secondly, I mostly do credit, which is not too helpful. But that is what I do. I sell on cash, but mostly it's on credit. So I tell the person that, okay, when you try and it's not your taste, you can decide not to pay. That is the deal.
That's a big risk you are taking.
Yes. Then I tried some few eateries. With them, what I do is that I go with a sample. Then I give it out to them. And I say, you try mine. And in fact, that is what has helped. So the reduction in price, giving of free samples at the initial stages, build the trust in my products. So now when you go, you have someone not trusting, you have a friend or his colleague say, oh, it is nice, good. Like you just testified. So it has to do with trust. It has to do with getting good quality products at a moderate cost.
Which segment of the market is your biggest now? Is it the eateries? When you say eateries, the restaurants and the chop bars, are they the bigger part of your market or the individuals?
The individuals.
Okay.
Because the eateries too, I had challenge with them. because I mostly sell on credit, payment is an issue. It's normal. So there I have reduced. But I have one person now. In fact, I just met that person this year.
Okay.
He supplies to a particular institution. And so he procures my groundnut. So I can say he's now my major client.
Okay.
And monthly basis, he will procure about between 200 to 250 kg
Wow.
every month
Wow.
for that particular institution.
Wow.
And the good thing about this deal too is he pays
Promptly.
cash.
Wow.
Yes. In a day or two, the money is ready. The other thing with that too is that because he buys in bulk like that, the profit margin is low, but I prefer it because
Okay.
I'll get my money instantly. So even if it is once a day I am getting, it's better than having to go around, sell on credit. You go around to take your money, some will pay, some will not pay. But selling in bulk, you don't get that much margins, but it is good.
So it implies that we should look out for businesses that sell in bulk, high volumes, and probably lower in profits, but high volumes.
If you ask me, I will say yes.
Okay.
The high volume, small profit, you take your money.
Okay.
So if you get to sell again, you see, like we say, you always get your money. You are sure.
Yeah.
And that alone gives you peace of mind.
But can you help us understand the entire business? So if I take a sack of groundnut, how many of those sacks do you do maybe in a month, or we want to understand how big your operation is? Yes.
In a month, now that this new person has come on board, in a month I can do about 4 months.
Wow.
So yeah, I can do about 4 months. Not for him alone.
Yeah.
So after he's taking his share, then I'll sell the rest to my usual small clients. I have about 2 eateries. About 3.
Okay.
I supply to them. Theirs too is monthly. They each will pick 20 kg. Some will pick 40 kg. So yeah. But until he came on board, I used to do about 2-3 sacks a month. And the sacks are also in sizes.
Okay.
So mine is the big sack, which contains about 60, between 55 to 60 olonka. I don't do we use the olonka.
Okay.
I don't do the 40 olonka sacks.
All right.
No, I've never done that.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's either 55 or 60. So it's quite big.
Big. All right. In all of this, you source your raw material from the Upper West or Upper East.
Yeah.
And then it's brought to Accra, you process it and then ready it for market.
Yeah. But with the agushie,
yes,
I source it from Oti region in Kwanta.
Oh wow.
Agushie and then the rere, I source it from Oti region. My sister is there.
Okay.
So those products, they are not, as for agushie, it's rare in the Upper East region. So it is the groundnut, the dawa and the shea butter I source from the Upper East. The other 2 products, I take them from Oti region.
So in your chain of processing, do you use any technological means? Of course, I know now you have connections, so of course you use phones. How are you able to tell the product before it reaches you that it is good? Do you use any technology in your line of?
Yes.
Can you?
Thanks to WhatsApp.
Okay.
You get it.
Yes.
So there are 1 or 2 instances the groundnut will come and it will not be to the type I want. So subsequent one, what we do is that the lady herself is let's say she's not technologically inclined because she's not formally educated, but she has a daughter who is a nurse. So she will take a snapshot of this thing, the raw, like the type I'm to buy, send it to me via WhatsApp.
Okay.
So if I
you agree before they bag and send over to you.
Yes, please. So that is, apart from communication, in terms of the raw material procurement, that is where technology comes in. We are able to look for the authenticity or the quality before
it arrives.
so that it doesn't arrive and you now have to do plenty work, reduction in profit, and so and extra cost. So technology as is.
All right, that's nice to know. That's what we are driving businesses to adopt. That's one of our main goals, is to find ways and means by which small businesses can adopt technology and make the best out of it.
Oh yeah.
So it's good to note.
Aside even this, I don't know if we'll get it. Even in the marketing, technology has helped.
So we have gotten there. So let's talk about let's talk about it, because I was going to ask. So from there, how else do you use technology in sending your products, finished goods out there for people?
Yes, what this even reminds me. What happens is sometimes if the person calls and it's a new client and would like to see, I send pictures of the sizes of the product to the person, so the person will choose. If the person is not sure, this trust issue, if especially the new client,
Yes.
I have to make a video
Okay.
of the paste to and send it to that person. Again, I don't know if I can go to marketing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In terms of marketing, in fact, I got somebody to do a video of all my products.
Wow.
The groundnut paste is the main one. So from the groundnut paste to the rere, I have a video of it. And I can attest that each time I post that video on my status, I get people calling.
Okay.
Oh yes, I got one time I was sitting and say, hey, and then me posted it. Oh, when I posted, I told my colleague, 2 people called me instantly.
Wow.
They needed some of my products. So that is one. In terms of payment too, like I told you, people buy on credit. Most of them are trustworthy, I must confess. My clients, you get 1 or 2, but payment to technology, e-cash, they send it to me.
Oh, okay.
And then I get those who also like delivery. You
Yes.
get it. We use the phones to make the calls. Person gets there, you confirm, and then it is delivered. So technology has helped. I remember there was a guy who called me, wanted to buy down.
So let's understand all of what you do. Now you've mentioned groundnut paste, which is the major thing you
Yes.
do. You've also mentioned agushie,
Yes.
rere, and then you are
Dawa.
also dawa dawa,
And shea butter. So I
shea
said
butter.
5.
Okay, so you have 5 main products.
5 products, but the main one is
It's the groundnut paste.
But the others 2 move actually. But
Okay.
groundnut paste is the main.
All right. I think you were talking about dawa dawa. Somebody.
Yes. Somebody called me, so you see technology, called me, he needed dawa. So when I met up with the person somewhere in Bubuashi, I'd never seen the person. The person is not in the circle of any of my. So I asked, I said, how did you get my contacts and to know I sell this product? He said somebody in the States. In fact, he was actually buying it to send to somebody
Wow.
up in the States.
So your products are being bought not only in Ghana
especially
but across the world.
Yeah.
Across the world.
So,
Yes.
as for the products, people buy. Those who some buy and send to relatives and friends. Some also come when they come down and they're about to go. They buy. So my products, they've crossed the ocean.
So that's nice. That's nice. I'm going to order for my uncle who is in the US,
You
right?
see?
Because when he comes, we get groundnut paste, we get other things,
for him.
and we can for him to send.
Yeah.
So I'm ordering for him even before he comes. So if he's listening, you should make sure he gets it.
When it's going, a package is different. I try to seal it. I have this sealer, the plastic sealer, so that
Okay.
it doesn't fall. So back to this guy's thought that somebody actually gave my number to him from the States to procure it for him. I said, how did the person get my number? Then I remember one time on Facebook, I think I used it as either, is it the DP you call it, or profile picture or
Yes,
something.
profile picture.
I think I used it sometime. I have a label of all my products in one. So I'm sure that was where the person picked it from. I also got a call from somebody too, from outside Ghana directly, and that was the same source.
Wow.
He also got it.
It means that if you are doing a lot of marketing from us for those people living outside of Ghana, you are going to get a lot of
yes.
Sales outside of
I
Ghana.
think that is it. I have slowed down a bit. I can't tell why. But this guy I met around the Bubuashi, he's also into this technology, whatever. So he promised that he was going to help me, and did even do exhibitions. He was going to help me market because he also realized that the products were good. But I don't know, that push wasn't there. I think I have to work extra hard on the marketing and distribution side.
Okay. Looking at what you have not done, can you tell us what exactly you will need, or where you will need a push with the technologies that you think will help in marketing and selling your products?
Right now, everything is technology. So I will need the push in terms of across these social media handles, the TikTok. Again, there's this lady who is a lady teacher. She has these kids on TikTok. She also promised as she comes, she will help me, market it on TikTok, but I've not taken that move through again. So maybe the TikTok, the Instagrams, the whatever, across the social media, because the little I do, I get the instant result. But I think I need more motivation or someone to push me in that direction. And I think I will even just sit down. This going around to distribute will not be there. So I got the little I do, I get the instant result. I think I need more motivation or someone to push me into that direction. And I think I will even just sit down. This going around to distribute will not be there. So I believe in technology. I believe technology, the moment I attach myself to technology, I know I will expand big time. Big time.
Wow.
I know it.
And
But
what
I don't know when the right time will come.
what we are doing at Beyond Technology is to build a community of small and medium-sized businesses. And then whatever help it is for us to help one another with, especially with technology, we want to help one another so that we will grow as a community of business owners, from small, medium to very big businesses. If you have ever thought about how big you should become, can you describe yourself in the maybe near future, how you foresee yourself in the near future with regards to your business growth?
In the near future, I see myself producing more of all my products because they are not things I intend to stop. I will even do it beyond retirement. I'll do it. So in the near future, what I intend, like let me say in the immediate future, is to get approval from FDA and then send to supermarkets.
Okay.
Oh yes, send to supermarkets because for now I even give to small, let me say, provision shops, but the big ones, no. That is where I want to see myself, supplying to the big shops in Ghana, supplying to more. If I get another institution, like I said, this guy who supplies, if I get about one or two more, like the hospital, the hotel, the big catering houses, that is where I am intending
To go.
to get to.
Wow.
Yes.
It implies that FDA processing, we will make sure that we put a link below the video, whoever is watching, and you also have the same challenge, how to get links or directions to get FDA approve your product. We'll put in a link. I'm sure in the near future we'll go to FDA, talk to them so that in our community we will have everything that requires or businesses require to grow. So FDA will come to you, give us the direction so that we can get our products certified. Which I don't know if you have ever made any attempts.
That's what I was just about to say. I have made enquiries. A friend has picked the form for me. I'm yet to go for it. But this one just started quite recently. And I've made the other enquiries I have made is I'll need to take my product to Food Research Institute. So you see that I am taking the move. And then if it is cosmetics, you take it to FDA direct.
Yes.
But since these are food items, I'll need to go to Food Research Institute. Even the cost involved, I've gotten it, but I don't know whether it's for one product or since I have about 5 chain of products, the cost is for each individual product because I've made enquiries.
Which is good. We will help to push this.
I will be very grateful.
Yes, yes.
Because a friend even linked me to a shop, but their condition was they want FDA. They attested to the authenticity of the product, all right, but they just want that approval. So
okay.
I'm getting serious.
That's good. We need you to get serious because we are here to grow together. That's our mission at Beyond Technology, to help ourselves grow together. Has finances ever been a challenge since you started?
It is. So right now, I fund it from my personal savings, the little profit I make. And since it's more than a product, I need more money. Groundnut paste is finished, you go buy raw groundnut, agushie, and the way the marketing is, sometimes you get orders, more. Then before you realize this other product is
also finished.
Is finished, and you have bought groundnut paste, you have bought this, so you are challenged with finance. So you now have to make sales from the other products. Then you use it to go and finance the other one.
Okay.
So if I get a bit capital, it will help because it's good. All the 5 chain of products, it is good.
So can you give us an understanding? How many people do you operate with, or how many people come in at a point to help before you get your final product onto the market?
Oh, to help all the rest aside the groundnut paste and then the rere, where I have about 3 people helping. The roasting, let me just say the processing. Then I go to stand for us to do the milling. So I can say 3 people. But the others, the dawa, the agushie, and the shea butter, I do it myself.
Okay.
Yes, the dawa, I'll just get the beans. I do the drying myself. I do the winnowing to remove any other stuff that is in there. I mill, I package, even the groundnut paste. I do the packaging myself.
Well, we would love to see you do the packaging.
Yes,
well.
maybe one time we'll have a video. I'll
yes.
let my son video me when I'm packaging.
Okay.
Oh, I do as for the packaging, all the products, I do the packaging myself. Apart from the groundnut paste and the rere, as I said, where I have people to help. Yes, as for the roasting, I can't do it. The winnowing to whatever I cannot. But shea butter, I package myself. Dawa, I do the drying, milling process it myself. Agushi, I do the picking because it also comes with things you have to. I do the picking. Some are a bit wet. I do the drying, take it to the mill, package. So for now, I'll say basically the work is done by.
If I understand, this is a side hustle actually.
Yes.
Because you don't have a lot of other people you engage.
Yeah.
But I also believe that to move it from a side hustle to a business, to be certain processes. In the month of technology is this. Educate our community on business process management.
Okay.
So step by step, the various aspects of your business should have a certain written down or documented
I need.
Yes.
Because everybody says you can expand, but I don't know what is keeping me.
Yes, I think everything looks like you should be operating at a very big capacity where you get orders from abroad, arbitrary people. When they come, they give you huge orders for you to deliver. But so I believe that you need to actually set up like that. And I'm sure with the education we are all getting now, it should be easier for you. One other thing I would like to delve into is how you keep your records. I don't. How are you able to tell that, okay, this month I made this amount from the business, or probably I ordered this number of bags and it translated into this number of bottles of products, and then it was bought and I got this as my income and this as my profit? I don't know if you've been able to.
You see, I'm in fact, record keeping there, lie.
Oh, okay.
I don't keep records, but what I know is I don't run at a loss. The other side products, as for them, I can package them at a go. So when I process and I package them, okay, I bought this at this, processing took this, containers took this. Okay, I have gotten this number of containers. I'm selling it at this. Okay, I've not run at a loss. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Then
So,
with the groundnut too, I mill them in big drums, so I know how much each drum contains.
Okay.
That one too. Okay, TNT plus L amounted to this. So per this drum, I'll get this number of either paint containers or whatever. So no.
So you do your calculations in your head.
You see that?
Yes, but you mentioned that you would need financial support, and if you need to go to the bank, they will need hardcore figures of all these things. So my little advice is that just try and document them. Don't let it sit in your head. Yes, try and document them so that if it becomes big and you want to retire and go into it fully, people can support you with the records that you have.
In fact.
And you can employ people or go to the banks and show them your records. These are my records. Come and support me. And willingly, I believe they will be.
In fact, it's a very good advice. It's a very, very good advice. So I think going forward, I need to get a full scalp notebook.
Good.
And document, because
Good.
like you said, the bank, I think apart from opening the business account, they also like to see record of sales. When I've relocated, I remember when I was in Dansoman, there was this microfinance company. In fact, they actually came to have a look and they wanted to help me, but This year, see, a friend told me that, hey, if you take loan from them, your capital will all run, they will harass you. So I just stopped.
Oh,
I think if I had gone with them, they would have helped me. So I'll document. It's a good advice.
That's
very
good.
advice.
That's good. The Foolscap notebook is a good place to start. There are other apps and on your phone or on PC that you could, but the Foolscap is a very good place to start from.
Yes, I am not so technologically inclined. I mean, do the handwriting first.
That's good. It's also a record that we can rely on that will serve as an evidence for other people who are willing.
Goes by, will translate into the technology.
Yes. In all of this, would you say that venturing into this side hustle or this business has taught you any lessons at all?
It has taught me lessons, a whole lot. Lessons in saving. Because as I said, remember I said I found it from my personal. So at any point in time, I need to have a certain amount of money so that I can easily send for any of the products which runs out. 2, it has also taught me that having a second income is very, very good.
Having a second stream of income is very, very good.
Very, very good.
Okay, that's nice to know.
I will say it's even helping me maybe better than my salary.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Of course, because sometimes we do some things with our salaries, it doesn't come for, you take loans here and there. So if you don't have this side income to cushion you will not.
So what is good about side hustle is that it cushions you from some other stresses that your salary cannot help you with.
Oh yes.
That's
the
good.
Child falls sick, there is something somewhere you can easily hold on to. Your car breaks down, at least you can borrow from the business money and fix the car. You will not go to somebody seeking for small loans, let me put it like that. So you always have something coming in. You'll be there at a surprise, somebody will call you that, oh, I've momoed you your money. So for me, I would say it is very good, and I'm taking it onto my retirement.
Wow.
Yes, I'm not stopping.
Wow. A lot of people don't have retirement plans. A lot of people are into full-time employment and they don't have. A lot of people don't have retirement plans. A lot of people are into full-time employment and they don't have a clue what they will be doing when they retire. But thank God you have an idea, exact idea of what to do when you retire.
All my 5 products, I'm not dropping any of them.
Wow.
I'm just deciding not to add on to because it's a whole lot of work for me. If I get workers, but for now, I want to concentrate on the 5 and expand. And then let me say the other lessons too that I have learned from my business is how to build trust in business.
Okay. So you need to explain that for me to understand.
You need to build trust. Trust in terms of if the person says, oh, I'll be buying your products, and the person shouldn't call you and you say, oh, I've run out of stock, so give me 2-3 weeks, you get it. There's disappointment there.
Okay. So consistency.
Consistency is 1. 2, your relationship. That trust that, okay, the quality is this. They shouldn't buy it at another time and say, oh, they say they are assistant in some way, and your customers too. And then sometimes too, the relationship goes a bit higher. It becomes personal.
Wow.
I have made a whole lot of friends
out
of this trading, because you go to take your money or you go to sell, you chat, you do this. In fact, venturing into these other businesses other items, let me put it, came from friends. Even some are saying, why don't you, they are giving more ideas. Why don't you sell these other products? It is also good, oh, it will go, it will, So, good relationship, you build trust, is also. But there are instances where there are disappointments.
Oh, certainly. There are highs and lows in life. So, can you share some of the disappointments with us?
Disappointments. Somebody will buy and buy again and find means of buying again, accumulate the money.
Oh.
Payment.
So I've bought first one, I've not paid. I buy second, I've not paid.
Yes. And the person will have a way of maybe that something. They have a good way of convincing you.
Okay.
You sell it, then when they hit their peak, getting your money now becomes a problem. And some will even develop, let me say, pick up each quarrels with you because you are calling for your money and those things. And the other challenge too is that your presence at the processing point. And you know I am a worker, it is not easy. I remember once I wasn't there during the milling. It's quite some time. That was at the early stage. They brought like these 4 drums. I opened, it wasn't well milled.
Oh.
And this is groundnut paste. You know, I just didn't know what to do.
So how did that happen?
According to the miller, the teeth or whatever of the mill wasn't good. He also
Oh.
didn't check. And
Wow.
so those are the challenges, issues of getting your money back. You have to always be present at each point. So as you try to build a trust, there are some who also break your trust.
That happens
You
everywhere.
try to build a trust, but they try to break the trust.
So for those who will be listening to you right now, would you want them to venture into something per your experiences?
I have already alluded to the fact that it is very, very good to have a second stream of income. So I will encourage anybody watching me that, especially if you feel your income, even if you feel it is sufficient for you, I think it is also good for you to develop what I call your hobby into an income earning venture. So I will advise that anybody listening to me, you should do it. Even these big time business people, they don't just have one stream of business. So some are into water, some are into radio, real estate, the same person.
Wow.
So you are buying and you want only your salary. You can look at your job schedule. And look for the income or the business which will fit into your job schedule, because you don't also need to use your paid hours to do your business. You get it? It will not be fair. So you look at your job schedule, find a business which can easily fit into your job schedule. If I say which can easily fit, if you need to process even out of office hours, you can do your processing. If you need to market it out of office hours, you can still do your marketing. So that is it. The second thing is that don't go into something because everybody is doing it.
Thank you. I like the advice.
Look inside you. What is it that you are passionate about? Because when the challenges come into the business, what will drive you is the passion you have, the interest you have. I will not go into clothing, though I like to dress nice. But all what I know is this is the type I want, I buy. But there are some people who can gauge the taste of people, search the net and do. So you can go into clothing. So you don't say this person is into groundnut paste, so I'll also go into it. You don't have the skills, you don't like groundnut, things like that. So let your interest or your passion drive you. Look for something which can easily fit into your job schedule. And I will say start small or start with one. And then as you are developing the one, if you need to, which I also advise is good, to add another onto it. The marketing trends will tell you, your clients will tell you that why don't you add this to the business? Why don't you add that to the business? Because like I said, I started with only groundnut paste. I have got agushie, I have got rere, I have got dawa, I have got shea butter.
And we are enjoying all of those.
You see, and they even want me to add more, and then I said no. So the things I would say is let your passion, your business or job schedule should inform you, and then start small.
Wow.
And then as you develop, or you will grow it by all means. You will grow it. And what again I'll say is that sometimes it's also good to, should I say, visualize who your potential clients will be before you start.
Okay, yes. Know the market, study the market,
Study
see
the
what
market.
will fit. All right.
See where you fit. See the
Okay.
people who are likely to buy your product before you start.
Wow.
Otherwise, you start, and then the marketing you'll be start. You might be taking it to the wrong market.
Yes.
So if you start with where you have visual, and sometimes you converse with one or two people, you say, oh, so if I get this particular institution, grab people from there to buy. You know, the way we talk, if it is good, they will spread the news for you.
Wow.
So visualize your potential market before you start your business.
Thank you very much. May I also know if you look up to anybody who is already into your kind of business?
Frankly speaking, before I started, there was a friend who was into it, but I didn't like the way she was doing it.